I have my fielding plan typed up carefully on a piece of paper. And remember, this is all taking place with not enough resonators.
Subiaco fountain, then... Oh no!
Take the same Samoan beans, add a little bit of milk powder to get to a 53%.
Yeah, okay.
And then we've teamed up with bulk coffee roasters in Midland to make a mocha.
A mocha, so this is a mocha chocolate.
It is. Yeah.
This is Ingress Agent 57 cell here, and I've now got my complete plan for a pure homogeneous field. This is the second time I've tried this, and now I've checked, and sure enough, there are no new portals in the area. So this really is going to be a pure 5-layer homogeneous field. So let's go and do this. Let's go and do this now.
This video is actually part 3 of how to plan a pure homogeneous field, one that uses every single portal within the big triangle. Part 1 showed you how to find a plan. Part 2 was my first attempt to actually build one, which didn't quite work. And this is part 3.
And here we are at the first portal of the day. That's the blue and black butterfly mural on that side. You'll see there's another butterfly mural on that side. That's not actually within the fields that we're going to make. I'm just going to capture this now. I'm not making any fields from here yet. Anyway, we're under a blue field. I'm going to have to take that out by neutralizing a portal with the Jarvis. So let's begin.
Now we've got the scanner view as well, which is great. It's a bit out of sync with the map showing my bike route, unfortunately. It gets in sync later, so let's not worry about that. I'm capturing blue and black butterfly mural, and I'm going to capture the other corner of this 5-layer field as well. In my previous attempt to make a 5-layer field, I just waited too long to execute this plan, and a new portal appeared in the middle of where I was fielding, so it wasn't a pure homogeneous field. I've checked now, there are no extra portals here. I have the plan. Nothing can possibly go wrong, right? Let's see how we go. Now, I'm sure you do not want to see my laughable attempt to glyph hack, so let's fast forward to where I need to use a Jarvis to clear these blue fields. I'm sorry, blue fields, you're so beautiful, but it's time for you to die. I need to make some fields. And ka-chow! There we go. And those are pretty much all of the blockers for this pure homogeneous 5-layer plan. So now it's off as quickly as I possibly can to the most distant portal in the entire plan. The reason a pure homogeneous fielding plan tends to be long and thin like this is because if you've got a given number of portals inside a triangle, the area of the triangle, that fixes the area of the triangle, assuming your portal density is about the same everywhere. And the majority of triangles with a particular area are going to be long, thin ones. Half times base times height. The base can be anything, which means the height has to be small. So that doesn't mean that if you look for a long, thin triangle, it's more likely to be a pure homogeneous fielding plan. It's just that's where all the triangles are. There's so many more long, thin triangles with the right area. Oh, look, I found a unique capture. That was unexpected. Anyway, as I was saying, there's no point specifically looking for long, thin triangles. If you want to make a pure homogeneous fielding plan, the first video in this mini-series shows how to do that. Shows how to go about looking for a fielding plan which does this, which uses every single portal in the triangle and is homogeneous, so it covers every single point in the triangle with the same number of fields. Check out Pure Homogeneous Fielding part part 1 and you'll see the method explained there. And here we are at the portal, Cocoa Star of Red Dog. As in part 2 of this series, I'm going to make 2 long links to the other end of the field. So as I'm building the field, you'll be able to see that I use every single portal between these 2 lines. And right, okay, now the portals are linked. So we've got these 2 great big long links to the other end of this field. You can see that the other portal on the same side of this road is not in between those. It's not part of the field. There's also a green portal there. That green portal is also outside that wedge. It's a bit hard to see. It's a bit hard to see that the green portal is in fact outside the wedge. So I'll show you that. I'll show you that it is. Okay, so we link the one that is definitely between gets linked back to Cocoa Star of Red Dog, and now I'll capture the green portal and open up the link view, and you will see that I cannot link those 2 portals together. They are separated by that long link. So that portal that was green is in fact outside the plan. It's not part of the plan. I don't have to include it. Let's just leave it alone. Because the wedge is so thin, and because this is not really a very portal dense area, I have to go almost more than halfway back to get to the next portal in the plan. Here it is. This part of Perth has a lot of these little micro parks, so you can see there. So we're actually at a place where they cut off the road. They cut off the road at the intersection so that the residents in the street have a nice quiet street that people don't drive through. But now they've used the space to build a little playground. I mean, it's a fantastic idea. And of course it means more portals as well. So I'm just going to capture this one now. So I capture the portal now, and I should put an apex on because I'm starting to get to places where I'm actually going to be scoring some points. And link back to that distant portal, Cocoa Star of Red Dog, and we're done. We're done with this portal. Alright, now back to the plan. And I'm making my way to the Subiaco Theatre Gardens. Let's have a look at that. It's a beautiful place with streams, ponds and so forth, and a lot of portals, so the action is really going to speed up now with a lot of links and fields going really quickly. Let's continue. And there we go. As you can see, those links and fields are going to fly. Please ignore my terrible glyph hacking. I am not good at it. The only reason I am hacking at all is because when I started this plan, I really did not have enough resonators to finish it. So I do have to collect resonators as I go along. That's not really a great idea. When you begin a plan, you should have the resonators ready. But I didn't want to wait in case a new portal appeared in this triangle, which would destroy the entire plan completely. But you can see I got some good mileage out of the apex I had running, and if you look on the Intel screenshot at the top of this video, you can see it really does look like something awesome is starting to happen. This bit's good, but there's going to be so many more links and fields coming when I get to that line of green portals slightly off to the right that you can see there.
It looks like the next couple of portals have some farmer's market on at the moment. That looks very interesting. So tell us about this chocolate.
So we're a bean to bar chocolate company, which means that we start with cocoa beans from scratch.
Fantastic.
That we get in from various locations around the world, and we basically process them all the way to the finished chocolate right here in
Right. So you get the beans in, and then you
we
make the chocolate bars.
and then we crush them up, and so we end up with these nibs once we've crushed them.
That's great.
And then we grind them with sugar and milk powder and some other things as well, depending on the recipe. We grind them for about 2 to 3 days, depending on the recipe, and then we end up with the finished bars of chocolate.
Finished bars of chocolate. That looks amazing. Can I try some?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do you like dark or milk?
I do like dark and milk. I mean, you can't go wrong with chocolate.
That's a 62% with beans from Panama. So the Panamanian beans give it sort of a fruity finish to it.
Yeah, it does. I can taste that.
Whereas if you compared that to the Samoan, that's an 85 from Samoa. So the Samoan beans don't have those fruity notes. It's more of your classic chocolate flavour.
And it's not very bitter either.
No, so for an 85, it's quite dark.
Definitely.
It doesn't really have the
the
bitterness you often associate with
sure. Wow.
We then take the same Samoan beans, add a little bit of milk powder to get to a 53%.
Yeah, okay.
And then we've teamed up with bulk coffee roasters in Midland. We put their fresh roasted coffee beans on the back to make a mocha.
A mocha. So this is a mocha chocolate.
It is. Yeah.
That's very interesting. I'm not a coffee fan, but that's good. That's good.
To be honest, neither of us drink coffee, but we both like the mocha.
Are you pilots?
Yeah, we're both pilots.
You're both pilots. That's great. That's fantastic. And are people able to order online?
Not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment.
At the moment, we're just selling at the markets.
Yeah, sure.
Subiaco market.
Okay.
We will have online ordering at some point in the future.
Okay.
But at the moment we're mostly just here.
That's fantastic. Yeah. No, it is really good chocolate. So yeah, hopefully they'll have online ordering soon. Check them out. Two Lost Pilots.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Alright, I spent quite some time there, but it really was good chocolate. Now, on to the next portals, and one of the next few portals has a really interesting story behind it. Let me tell you about that. Here, this mural, Diversity Wall Mural. It's painted on the back of the church. It was commissioned by the church to make the car park look a bit nicer than just a grey concrete wall. And then later the church did some renovations which involved knocking out parts of that wall. When the renovations were all done, they got the original artist to fix up the mural. But they didn't fix it up perfect. They didn't make it exactly the way it was before. I don't know why, but if they had wanted to, they could have checked Ingress, because Ingress has, as the portal photo, a photo of the original artwork. It may well be that Niantic, on Niantic servers, that's one of the few places in the world where the original of Diversity Wall Mural is still visible. So anyway, there's quite a few links to make from here. Let's capture it and start making them. Now I get to this main strip of portals. There's dozens of portals along this road. I know exactly the order I need to link them because I have my fielding plan typed up carefully on a piece of paper with every single link I need to make in order. So as long as I follow this list, I won't make any mistakes. The field will be completed. And you should do this if you've got any plan of any complexity, no matter how well you know the plan. If it has to work, print it out as a list that you can follow step by step, one by one, and so not make any mistakes. Mistakes can be ridiculously hard to fix up. So far so good with this plan. There have not been any mistakes yet. I've just done all the linking and fielding from this war memorial here, which is a very distinctive landmark in this area. One thing I'm worried about is I'm really low on resonators. Hopefully I will not actually run out of resonators, but I started about 100 short, and I don't seem to be catching up. Let's see how we go. I mentioned earlier in the video that because of the lack of resonators, I had to do a whole lot of glyph hacking during the operation. That's yet another reason to be prepared in advance, to have all the gear you need before you start the op, because this is slowing me down. You know, time spent glyph hacking is time not spent building links and fields or traveling to the next portal. But this is the situation I was in.
I've got 4 more portals to capture and 29 low-level resonators, so that's just perfect. I'm about to capture this portal, which I submitted. In fact, this is one of the portals I submitted, and it was approved sometime between my previous H5 plan and this one. So without this portal, this particular pure homogeneous fielding plan would not be possible, which is, I guess, why I didn't find it before. So new portals can wreck a pure H5 plan, or they can make it possible. Portals are portals.
There were 2 other portals right near Painted Face, and then it was back to the very first portal that I visited on this day, which was Blue and Black Butterfly Mural. That's a really hard portal name to say. I suggest you try saying it 10 times and mention in the comments whether you could do that.
And now I'm back where I started, at the Blue and Black Butterfly Mural, ready to blake a blot of blinks and bleeds. Here we go.
Gosh, when I recorded that, I was so confident and naive. Remember when I said there were no room for mistakes? Well, let's rewind to the very start of the video, when I very first visited this portal. Can you see the mistake I'm making?
I need to put a softbank on this portal, and I've already put 2 shields. So I really don't have much choice. I'm going to have to flip it, destroy it, rebuild it, and destroy it with my tough shields on. And I'm going to have to go and get a key, get more. I'm going to have to go back to Coco Star of Red Dog to get keys as well. I guess this also applies to the other portal that I started off at. This is very unfortunate. Alright, well, here we go.
So that was fun. I had to, as I said, I had to use a Jarvis virus to flip that portal to green. Then I had to destroy my Aegis shield mods that I had just placed on that portal earlier in the morning. Capture the portal again, rebuild it, and get a key for it. And then go and do that to the other portal at the other corner of this entire field, and then ride my bike all the way back to Coco Star of Red Dog in order to rethrow those 2 long links that I had thrown at the very start. And remember, this is all taking place with not enough resonators to do all of this. At least I got some good exercise.
That was a much longer detour than I expected, going all the way back to Coco Star of Red Dog, linking back to this portal and the church, which will be the last portal I visit on this field plan. But now we're here, back at Blue and Black Butterfly Mural, ready to make a whole lot of links and fields. Remind me to switch on my Apex first.
So I threw all the links I had to throw from that mural. Then there was one little portal in a park that just needed a couple of links from it. That was easy. And then it was off to the final portal in this entire pure 5-layer homogeneous plan. A Catholic church in a little tiny street in suburban Subiaco.
And this is it at last. This is the very last portal of this pure 5-layer homogeneous fielding plan. Now, I did make a few mistakes along the way. Sometimes when I was at a portal, I did the links not in the order that my plan said I should. When I realized that, I very carefully checked whether or not it made a difference. I'm pretty sure it didn't, but I am going to check very carefully when I get back, just in case this has all been a huge disaster and I have to restart all over again. Hopefully not. Anyway, this is the very last portal. This is the 3rd time here. First to capture it at the start, second to destroy it because I'd used up all the mod slots but now here we are. I just have to make these last 16 links very carefully and we're done. My plan says I need 2 soft banks on this portal, but I'm going to see if I can get away with just one, because one of the very first link I'm supposed to make is
XM reserves 80% soft
is to Cocoa Star of Red Dog, and that's already been made. I went and made that from the other end, from Cocoa Star of Red Dog. So let's try this now. I find it helpful. What I have on my paper is a big long list of links I need to make. I find it helpful to read them out loud. So I need to make a link to blue and black, I can never pronounce this, blue and black butterfly mural, blue and black butterfly mural, and then to Arts Garden Fountain. Let's do that.
Establishing portal link. Portal link established.
Right.
Field established.
That's one
Excellent
field.
work.
Next, Arts Garden Fountain, and then black cockatoos carving. Where's Arts Garden Fountain? Come on, Arts Garden Fountain.
Establishing portal link.
And then black cockatoos carving, then Doyle Court.
Excellent work. Establishing portal link. Portal link established. Field established. Excellent
Doyle
work.
Court, then Subiaco Museum.
Establishing portal link. Portal
Where's
link
Subiaco
established.
Museum?
Field
Closer, I
established.
think.
Excellent work.
Subiaco Museum, then Subiaco Fountain.
Establishing portal link.
I'm reading from my piece of
Portal
paper
link
when I say this.
established. Field
Subiaco
established.
Fountain,
Excellent work.
then...
Establishing portal
Oh
link.
no!
Portal link established. Field established. Excellent work.
Okay. My heart stopped for a moment there, but this is not a disaster. I linked the Fallen Soldiers Memorial before the fountain, but that's okay. They are in separate sections of the field. These two links could have been done in either order. This is what I mean. I'm this close to finishing this. I don't want mistakes like this. Subiaco, okay, so we've done Subi Fallen Soldiers Memorial, done. The next one is Treeside. Treeside, I cannot quite tell what kind of link that is, but it is the next link on the list. Then Subiaco Municipal Chambers Park and Subiaco Coat of Arms. There's so many, of course, there's a lot of portals named Subiaco. We are in Subiaco. Subiaco Municipal Chambers, no, where is it? Oh my goodness, Subiaco Museum is not linked. I have stuffed up. I have stuffed up badly. This is not good.
It was at this point I realized I'd made a serious mistake. Let's rewind the video and I'll show you exactly what that was.
Subiaco Museum, then Subiaco Fountain.
It was back when I was supposed to link to Subiaco Museum. Instead, I linked to Subiaco Municipal Chambers Plaque. In the list of available links, they both just look like Subiaco M. I really should have looked at the pictures. And there goes the link. This mistake is going to be much harder to fix.
This is a huge mistake. And I can't flip this yet because I flipped it earlier because of my previous mistake.
XM reserves.
Portal's immune. I may have to just come back later and finish this off. I'm going to need to collect all these keys all over again and wait till the portal cools down.
Although you couldn't hear it in my voice, that was, how shall we say it, an emotionally difficult moment for me. I had expected to be finished. The plan had already taken longer than I hoped because of an earlier mistake. And now I had to go back and get a whole bunch of keys and wait for that cooldown so that I could flip that portal to green for the second time. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Yes, I was tempted to quit, but I did not quit.
Well, while waiting for that, I decided to get one of those yummy looking pastries from that market earlier. It's about 10:40 here now. I haven't had breakfast yet. I thought this would be quicker. That tastes really good.
At last I had the keys I needed, I had brunch in my tummy, and an hour had passed since I had last successfully used a Jarvis on that portal, that last portal of this entire plan. So it's back there now. It's back there now to finish off the field yet again. Hopefully successfully this time.
Well, I'm back again. Now this is the 4th time at this portal. Hopefully the last.
XM reserves 90%.
And there it is. It's now green again. So now it dropped a couple of keys, which is nice. I got copies of them anyway. Now it's time to destroy the portal and start making those links all over again. No more mistakes, I hope.
1% drained. You can hit 1% drained. Resonator destroyed. XM reserves 82%. Resonator destroyed.
So then it was time to redeploy all of those resonators and then make those links yet again. This time being very, very careful to actually link the correct portals in order, not to tap unnecessarily. So I took a bit more time this time just to be certain I really did have the correct links. I do know all these portals really well, and now of course I was very, very sensitive to the fact that they all have quite similar names. If you're planning an op, it's a good idea, obviously. Skip portals that have similar names. I didn't have any choice here. This was the pure 5-layer homogeneous fielding plan that I had to work with. If there had been multiple portals all named exactly the same, I would have had to use them. But there it is. The links are going in now. I've got my Apex running. It's getting me heaps of AP. And within a few more links, the pure 5-layer homogeneous field will actually be complete. There it goes, the second last link. And now for the very last link to Richard Diggins Park. Beautiful, cute little park in the middle of a residential area, and it's done! A pure 5-layer homogeneous field. A complete, exact 5 layers of fields throughout every part of that triangle, and every single portal in there is used. As I said, if you want to do something like this yourself, start with a 4-layer pure homogeneous field. There's a video, part 1 of this series, shows you how to find a plan like this. There it is. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of effort, but we made it. We made it. And anyway, that's about all I've got for this video. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And check out Two Lost Pilots Chocolate. That's not a paid sponsorship. They just have really great chocolate.